going on, party people? We're back with some Greeditational Week 6 action. That is right. So, with Baby Monochrome being done, and with ADV Little Cup, UU Cash Cup being just one more finals match away from being done. It's already done. I mean, it's already on Smogon, but I haven't covered it on the channel yet. I needed a new tour to cover. Members of my Discord have mentioned that I should probably be covering the Greeditational tour, so that's what I've been doing. Or that's what I'm going to be doing. The thing is, we're about to get into the playoffs for this tour. It's a Swiss tour, 6 weeks of Swiss, and then playoffs top 8. And shoutouts to Fee, who suggested I cover this match, because the winner of this match will go on to the playoffs. So I know I'm jumping in this tour a little bit late, but better late than never, right? If you're new to the channel, I'm McFlurry. I do lots of Little Cup commentary. I'm pretty new to Little Cup. I've only been covering this tier since, or different generations of this tier, I should say, since September of last year, so about 6 months. Mainly Black and White Little Cup, Gen 9 Little Cup, Scarlet Violet. I've been doing ADV Little Cup UU recently. I'm still pretty new to Little Cup, but I like talking about these tiers, and I'm going to try my best. So, yeah. Anyways, fittingly enough, the host of this tour is actually going to be featured in this video today. Greedy EB, who I'm just going to be calling Greedy throughout this video, and Raichy, from our perspective here, and the winner makes the playoffs is what I've been told. So these two are fighting out for a playoff spot here. Now, how this tour works really quickly is basically we're dealing with gens 3 to 9 Little Cup, and both players can veto 2 different tiers, and whatever 3 are remaining are the 3 that you play. That's how I understand it. I'm sure there's more rules behind it all, but yeah, I can leave the link to the Smogon thread in the description of this video as well. I'll also leave a link to my own Discord in the description of this video if you want to be part of the Owl's Nest community. I'd love to interact more with the fans there. But we talk about Little Cup, we talk about music, talk about more recently A Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones and all that good stuff. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. Anyways, intro's been long enough here. Let's get into it. So we're going to start off with a Gen 8 Little Cup match. Again, Raichy from our perspective, Greedy from the opposing perspective here. And a team preview, Raichy bringing a pretty offensive-looking team here, I must say, at least from what I know about Gen 8 Little Cup here. I'm expecting that Volibee to probably be packing knockoff. I'm not expecting a special sweeping one, but I'm not very familiar with Sword and Shield Little Cup at all, so I don't really know what to expect from this thing. I know what to expect from Grookey, the Baby Monkey, very, very good Pokemon with priority. Grassy Glide and all of that. Diglett, which is not banned in this tier apparently, so that's cool. A Tyrant, Pokemon I'm a fan of, just hits very hard. What speed does this thing hit anyways? 15, okay. I mean, could be Choice Guard. I mean, maybe Rock Polish, if that's a thing. We'll have to wait and see. An Abra, which is surely going to be Focus Sashed. A Carvana, which is a Pokemon I'm very familiar with and gets access to the Speed Boost ability. Really cool Pokemon, probably packing a Life Orb, but we'll have to wait and see. And hopefully not, because Greedy's bringing a few Pokemon that look like they could have priority. You could have Fake Out on that Mindfu, you could have Sucker Punch on that Pawniard. Granted, it's probably not going to be doing too much to the Carvana since it's resistant anyways. A Volibee of its own, a Fungus, so a bit of a fatter team here with the Porygon as well. A Trapinch to do some trapping of its own. So yeah, let's get into it here. Diglett lead from Raichy. Okay, maybe trying to catch Greedy off guard here at the Mindfu lead. Okay, quick Protect turn 1 just in case Greedy wants to go for the Fake Out, but instead clicks U-turn. And Raichy just going to set up Stealth Rocks here with the Diglett as Greedy is able to get off that U-turn. Trapinch comes in here. Diglett quick Protect here. See if this thing has the Quick Attack, which it's actually packing the Feint. Oh, and right, Feint goes through Protect. That is correct. Don't know if that crit mattered. I mean, Trapinch has a really high attack stat, right? Diglett's quite frail. Carvana comes in here. Greedy going to switch out into Mindfu here, using up some of his timer there. As a Carvana goes for Flip Turn and just gets out of there. Volibee is the switch in for Raichy. We've seen SD from the Mindfu. As Volibee actually goes for the Nasty Plot, but we know the Mindfu is faster here. But this Volibee is actually packing the Endure. We'll connect on the kick here. Interesting stuff. So yeah, this Volby is juiced up, and is packing the berry juice too. Greedy using a ton of his timer there, just going to drop to an air slash. Here's that Porygon. Could we see a Psych Up from this Porygon, perhaps? Lives an air slash. No flinch, but oh, gets the Ice Beam off. Doesn't quite get the KO, unfortunately. So Volby's able to get another kill here. Raichy looking good here, especially with Stealth Rocks up. Trapinch looking to go for the feint here. Gonna get the KO. But I feel like that Volby put in quite a bit of work here. Raichy going to Grookey here, getting up that grassy terrain. Gets a Grassy Seed activated as well, a little bit of a defense boost. Greedy using a lot of timer here. Volby's the switch in as this Grookey's packing the SD itself. Greedy going into the pawn yard. Acrobatics from the Grookey here. It's going to do a little bit more damage because this thing doesn't have an item anymore. Foonga switching in here. More Greedy might be run out of options here on the Drain Punch. Does anything live in Acrobatics? I think it might. We're not going to find out here. Greedy going into Trapinch. On the next Acrobatics. Probably has to just click Feint here. I don't know. Looking dire. First impression, right. Forgot about that move. But still going to drop to a Grassy Glide. Is that in range of Sucker Punch, though? Is another question. Here's that Pawn Yard. We might find out here. Unless Raichy clicks SD. Nope, but does live the Sucker Punch after all. Gonna get all that HP back with a ×4 super effective Drain Punch. Looks like Grookey's just gonna clean house here. The Volby comes out. Foonga switching in here. Just clicking Acrobatics, okay. Safe play. Speed this thing, get 17? Yeah. Oh, okay, so the Volby switched out to get its Berry Juice activated. Might live with Acrobatics. It does here. Do we see a Nasty Plot? No, we see a knockoff. Grookey lives anyways. Raichy's gonna go in Abra here to take the next knockoff. Not Focus Sash, so that thing just drops, loses its Light Clay. So that was Screens Abra, which makes sense, setting up for some setup sweepers. Grookey comes back out here, clicks Grassy Glide, gets the KO. And GG's, yeah, so Raichy gonna take game one. Not really sure what was up with switching out there. Oh, to set up Grassy Terrain, of course, yeah, so Grassy Glide becomes priority. Yeah, so I'm sure Raichy did a quick calc there just to make sure that kills because it was resisted. And Raichy up 1-0 in this best of 3. Let's get into game 2. Alright, here we go. Game 2, we have a DBP Little Cup match, so no team preview or anything to go through. Let's get into it. Gligar lead from Raichy. And a Machop lead from Greedy. Gligar just getting up rocks right away. See Payback. Okay, probably the best move to hit that thing. See the Duskull coming in here. Thankfully I didn't click Payback there. Instead goes for the Ice Punch. This is DPP, so we're probably going to see a lot of berries as there's no Violite in this tier. Whalmer switches in on the Will-O-Wisp, which unfortunately misses. That would have been nice. Especially if that thing is packing the Self-Destruct, which it probably is. Gets a Hydro Pump on the Munchlax, switch it in for Raichy here. Shiny Ghastly for Greedy. On the return, that's obviously going to take nothing as a Ghost type. Machop coming back out here for Greedy. But perhaps Raichy predicting that going into Gligar. Gonna get a lot of damage off with an Earthquake. Surely this Machop's packing a Berry. Goes for the Payback. Ghastly coming back out here. On the Aqua Tail. Okay, so this Gligar putting in a lot of work. Forces its Oranberry here. And then gets the KO with the next Aqua Tail. Okay, how fast is this thing? 19? Yeah, that's... Could have been a... Oh no, it wasn't a speed tie, no. Okay, so you see the Cranidos come out here. Misses a Head Smash. Was that thing Choice Scarfed? Yes, it was. And it's just going to drop to an Earthquake. That's an unfortunate turn right there for Greedy. That is the risk you run when you run moves like that aren't 100% accuracy. Now we see the Stunky get the Sucker Punch Revenge kill here, but there's still quite a bit of a hole this thing has to dig out of. This is a Life Orb Stunky, by the way. Magnemite coming in. Switching into the Munchlax for Greedy here. People and the Para. Very fortunate series of events here for Raichy. Duskull switching in. Greedy perhaps predicting that goes with a Fire Punch. I guess that would have been super effective on a Megamind anyway, so probably not predicting that. Stunky coming in here. Duskull. Thankfully doesn't click Will-O-Wisp, actually goes for the return here. Crunch is just going to clean knock out that Duskull from that range, especially since it's a Life Orb Stunky here. Magnemite coming back out. You see a fire move from the Stunky. And we do see the Sucker Punch. T-Bolt could just knock that thing out. And we see the Munchlax coming back out here for Greedy. Raichy going to his own Munchlax. Machop for Greedy here, perhaps just as a sack. Magnemite here for Raichy. Quick Dynamic Punch. Sorry, I misread that. I didn't realize the switch in the Machop was on the same turn as the Munchlax. My bad. Anyways, gets the Dynamic Punch kill on the Magnemite here as Bagon comes in, clicks Outrage. So this thing is locked into Outrage. Is that thing Choice Scarfed? Oh, not necessarily. Munchlax comes out here. It's not going to take an Outrage, unfortunately. So that just leaves Wailmer versus the world here. Now Bagon's confused, no Lumberry. So this thing is stuck in confusion here. Breaks through and gets the Outrage off. Okay. So there you have it. Now, maybe I'm covering these out of order because I do have 3 games loaded up here. I think this tournament has a what's it called, a point system. So I do have a 3rd match here loaded up here, despite Raichy winning the first 2 that I have. So we'll get into the last one here. I'm not gonna not cover this, but yeah, let's get into game 3. All right, here we go. Last up, we have Gen 3 ADV Load Cup. Let's get into it here. Anorith lead from Greedy, okay. The Cacnea lead from Raichy, okay. I think it's gonna get knocked off. Lose its Citrus Berry here. As Cacnea just goes for the Encore, okay, that's fair. Greedy kind of forced to get out of here, goes into the Ghastly. This Cacnea just sets up some layer of spikes. Anorith coming right back out here. Gonna probably try to threaten an X-Scissor. This Cacnea actually goes for the Destiny Bond here, so Greedy just going for the Rock Blast instead. Doesn't get the 4 hits, so it's gonna live another day from the Destiny Bond. Cacnea gets another layer of spikes, and then what's likely in-powered Bug, you'd think. Oh yeah, X-Scissor's not a thing in this generation, that's right, yeah, so that's in-powered Bug. Wailmer comes in here. Greedy switching into the Chinchou, which is Volt Absorb. Okay, Water Absorb is not a thing in this generation, of course. Of course it's Volt Absorb. Ghastly coming in. L-Kid for Raichy here. L-Kid can be a little bit faster, sets up the sub. Ghastly just breaks out with a hidden power. Could be fire, perhaps. Ice Punch connecting on the Ghastly. See hidden power doing quite a bit of damage here. Chinchou coming out here for Greedy. There's the Volt Absorb, so it's going to take that Thunderbolt, no problem. L-Kid just setting up another sub here. Surf's going to break that. Do we see a berry? Yes, we do. We see a Pitaya Berry boosting his special attack here. And is able to get a KO with a super effective hidden power, probably Grass. Surely that isn't ground, so there you go. We see the... it's not Cradily, what the heck's this thing called? The Lileep comes out here, clicks Giga Drain after living an Ice Punch and gets a KO on the L-Kid there. We see Snubble coming out here, gets Intimidate off. This Lileep just gets its Citrus Berry activated. Ghastly coming in here on the bulk up. Okay, maybe trying to get a Will-O-Wisp or something off here. We'll have to wait and see. Now we see a T-Bolt. Very nice crit there. But Shadow Ball is going to get the KO on this Ghastly. Both players tied for a Pokemon apiece. Yet Greedy using lots of timer here. Down to 5 seconds. Snubble gets its Citrus Spray activated as the Anorith comes back out. Clicks Brick Break. Could be a roll. Well, it won't be after another bulk up, so good play there by Raichy. Lives the next Brick Break. Shadow Ball doesn't quite get the KO on the Anorith, unfortunately, which gets its Citrus Berry activated, so Anorith should come out of this on top. Clicks Hidden Powered Bug. Wailmer for Raichy here. It's going to get knocked off. It's going to lose its Citrus Berry. Just click Surf. That's super effective, so that's just going to clean knock out the Anorith here. We see the Laleep come back out here. Just trying to see what ability this thing's packing in Gen 3. Takes a Surf. Giga Drain. It's going to be able to take another Surf after that too, which is nice. Wilmer just blows up. It's 44%, okay. Trapinch coming in here. So gets the KO on the Laleep, trapping that thing, of course, with the Arena Trap ability. There's the Snubble. Gets an Intimidate off on the Trapinch here. That's important. Can take an Earthquake much better. Sets up a Bulk Up. He's going to take another one. Oh, of course, with the Citrus Berry, definitely will. Another Earthquake. Oh, yeah, it's eating that up. Goes for the Thief. Steals the Citrus Berry. Nice play by Greedy there. Interesting set. Trapinch kind of just has quick attack here, as it's not going to live a return. So a bit of a parting gift. What's last here for Raichy? We've seen Abra. Okay, that's definitely what you'd want to see. Psychic, though, not quite going to get the KO. And Greedy's going to come out on top with this one here, winning this game 3. So again, I don't know if these were sent or uploaded out of order or if it's because of the point system, but Raichy's going to win this 2-1 here. And it sounds like they're going to be making the playoffs from this one. So there you have it. Congrats to Raichy. I'm going to be covering more of the Greeditational on this YouTube channel, so be sure to like, subscribe, and all that. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching. Peace.